In our younger days, we built and sailed trimarans. When we got married, we dreamed of sailing the world.
As we look forward to retirement, our dream is becoming real. We chose a Seawind catamaran, or maybe she chose us.
And after a lifetime of dreams, our boat finally arrived. We are shaking her out in the Chesapeake Bay and along the mid-Atlantic coast.
We christened her Moments in Time, reminding us to cherish each moment. The sea is calling. Come share the dream.
Boat maintenance. You have to love it because there is no alternative. Today, we have to change those Racor filters, especially the Racor on our port engine that we call Lucy. Simple tasks can become daunting the first time doing it. After reviewing the documentation and watching some non-encompassing video on YouTube, I ended up tackling the task of replacing my Racor filters. After doing the first one, the second one went a lot smoother. It really was easy, as everyone says it is. I filmed the process in the hopes that it might help others. Please enjoy.
Racor fuel filters are specialized fuel filters and water separating systems used in marine diesels. They are engineered to ensure that fuel delivered to the engine is clean and free from impurities such as water, sand, dirt, rust, and algae, which can damage engine components and reduce efficiency. These filters are inline prior to the onboard engine fuel filter. As you can see, there are some contaminants in water in our port Racor that feeds our EMR diesel engine that we call Lucy. First step, make sure you turn the diesel inflow valve off at the tank. Make sure you get a container with a wide mouth to catch the diesel. I also line the bottom with diesel diapers to soak up any diesel fuel that might spill. I hate the smell of diesel and took every precaution from spilling it. In Lucy, I unscrewed the bottom nut to drain the crud out, but not much came out. I had to remove the Racor top for it to gush out. Unfortunately, the crud still clung to the sides. Using a dental pick, I lifted up the Racor filter element handle and removed it.
Give me a plastic Ziploc.
I did not want to take the clear bowl out, so I tried another trick. I removed the filter element and started to pour the drained diesel back in from the top. The crud eventually disappeared after about 10 flushes. I replaced all the gaskets, refilled the bowl with fresh diesel up to the top of the filter element. I then tighten everything up, but do not over tighten these fittings. I moved to the starboard engine that we called Ricky. Ricky was easier to film, so we refilmed some of the process that we did not on Lucy. Ricky had no visible water or crud in it, but I did loosen the nut and drain about 3 inches from the bottom just to make sure. Loosening the top breaks the vacuum and makes it easier to drain some of the fuel out. I removed the Racor filter element and stored it in the Ziploc bag. The new Racor filter elements are delivered with 3 gaskets. Make sure you replace all 3 gaskets. My container had a snap lid that I could close over the diesel fuel to prevent spillage. Insert the new Racor filter element and ensure that it's pushed down all the way. Open up your new Racor element. Make sure that everything's there and not damaged.
I'm putting all new gaskets in. They come with the change kit. Don't be stingy and stupid and not replace your gaskets. There's 3. This one didn't really need it. This gasket's not in.
3 gaskets come with the Racor filter element. The small one looks like a washer, goes into the center of the top lid. This one was not in there when I replaced it.
My favorite tool when I'm not picking my teeth is this dental pick.
You do not use that to pick your teeth. My God.
There's a large O-ring which goes on the outside of the lid.
Some people put a little grease on this, but this is not spinning. So I don't think you need it.
And then there's a very small O-ring which goes to the T-handle. Having a large Ziploc bag handy to store the old filter rags and O-rings keeps things tidy. I had 2 containers, one for the old fuel and one for the clean fresh fuel. I clearly labeled them old and new and kept them separate as not to confuse the clean and the dirty.
Oops. Gotta fill it up. That thing. Since I filled this up, since I filled the Racor up, I shouldn't need a lot of bleeding, but I'll do it anyway.
I used a cup to refill the Racor with clean diesel, ensuring that the top of the filter was covered with diesel.
As soon as I find a pump. Where the hell is it? Here it is.
The manual fuel priming pump is obvious once you know where to look for it. It is part of the fuel pump. You can follow the fuel hose from the on-engine fuel filter to the fuel pump. Here you can see me priming by pumping the manual primer pump. I loosened the bleeder screw on top of the on-engine fuel filter and pumped the manual pump until all the bubbles were gone. It didn't take many pumps. Once fuel flows from the bleeder, tighten it up and you are done. The MR has an automatic air bleeding device that will work to get the air out of the system after startup. So I don't know if this bleeding was even necessary, but it was easy enough to do.
Clean this up so when I check for leaks, I'm not looking at spillage.
These Racors had just over 200 hours on them. They don't look all that bad. I turned the fuel back on at the tanks. I ran both engines for 15 minutes checking for leaks. There were no leaks and I declared victory. I will have to keep the eye on the Racor on Lucy. I'm hoping the crud was just an anomaly.
Leave a comment! Subscribe! Bye.